Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the spoilers for the upcoming week of June 17th, 2024. So that'll be all the events going on that week, any new troops, any new weapons, any new pets, any increase in kingdom power. And there's a holiday event, I think. So, event key drop table, weapons in the Soul Forge, the way we always do it. I'll run auto battles here as we do that. And once we get some people in here, I want to say something else. So, a good news and bad news. I don't know. Maybe they're both good news. But yeah, let's wait till we get some more people in here and then I'll say it so more people can hear it. But yeah, let me get everything set up. I have a thumbnail. What up, Mark? How's it going, bro? How are you doing today? How you doing on them vault keys? Hopefully really, really good. I did only okay so far. I was falling asleep last night. I was so tired. I was doing poopy gaps. Hopefully you can hear me, man. I was doing poopy gaps last night, falling asleep, so I decided I gotta stop. I gotta quit. I'm being dumb right now. Why run another gap if I'm just gonna fall asleep and waste it? Happens a lot. So that's when I try to play the game. I try to play the game at night, usually after, like, 8 or 9 o'clock. I've been trying to wake up early in the morning recently, so I was so tired last night, I, fell asleep in my chair. And, Mrs. Cindy was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm here. I'm alive. Huh? And she's like, are you alive? I'm like, yeah, I'm alive. Sana is here. Did you see you got Tina? Oh, nice, dude. That's a really good one. Congratulations. Porters is here. What up? I'm gonna get everything set up. It's taking me a minute. Ba 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 ba. It's the music, the waiting music. You're in the elevator. You're in the waiting room at the doctor's office. Do 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 da da da. Ba 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 boo dee da dee. Ba ba da ba down. Do dee dee da. Do ba dee ba down. Hit that like. Let's get some more people in here. Would really appreciate it. Okay, I think I got everything, I'm hoping, and I'm going to jump into the chat, and then we'll get going, and I'll put a chapter in so you can skip this part. I'll put a chapter for the start of the spoilers. I hope I have them on my screen over here. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Alfredo is here. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I hope the mic's okay. Like, I re-listened to the stream yesterday, and that's part of what I've got to say in a little bit. But at the beginning of the stream, there's a little bit of cracking and clicking, and I don't know why that is, but it cleared up after a while. Like, I listened through the whole stream, and like the first 30 minutes or so, there was like clicking and cracking, and I don't know what that was, but eventually it clears out, and it sounds good after that. So I don't know if you hear that. Let me know. I know it's not like super intrusive, but it is there. If you have like headphones on and you have them all the way up, you can kind of hear it clicking and cracking. Like I know it's gonna annoy me, and that's all we need is for me to be more annoyed, because then I'm a jerk. But listening back to it's even worse when you hear it after the fact, and you could have maybe have done something in the moment and fixed it, but then you didn't know about it, so you just kept going. But luckily it cleared up. We used to have that problem all the time, and then it stopped doing it, and now it's doing it again. I don't know what it is. Is the fan blowing into the mic? Was I blowing into the mic? Was my hair rubbing on the mic? Was there interference in between the receiver and the mic? I don't know. Sound is good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Mike D, what up, dude? What up, Conan? What up, Conan? Somebody told me to call you Conan. Mark says, key count everyone for yesterday. 123. Good job, Mark. You got more than me. I'll show you in a minute. I can't find the game. Who you think told me to call you that, Mike D? Alright. I am over at the chat. We're watching the like count go up, right? I hope so. But we got Mark, we got Sana, we got Porters, we got Alfredo, we got Mike D, we got RE, lurking time. That's what I like to hear. We gotta have some lurkers too. They play a vital role in the success of the channel. We need those lurkers. You know, the chatters are, of course, super awesome, but you gotta have the lurkers too. There's the people on the field, and then there's the people on the bench waiting to come into the game. Me taking forever today to set up the stream. I don't know what's wrong. I'm like clicking on the same thing over and over. So give me a sec, and I will stop doing that very soon. Let's just run an auto battle now. Auto battle, or let's see my totals, and then we'll get into the spoilers. Let me grab my Blinky. Let me look at my offer. You know you get a different one of these every day? You're going to watch me do something right here that I would probably never advise anybody else to do. I'm trying to say this without sounding... I hate the way it sounds, but I just have so many gems right now, I don't know what to do with them, and I'm just buying this. I don't care. There's some more coins there, I don't know. It's supposed to be specifically tailored for you, though, so you might not have those in yours. But that was a little bit embarrassing what I just did there, so it's like falling down and looking around that nobody saw you. I got 102 vault keys so far. So I'm on track to get the bare minimum I should get as a high-level player. 300 is about the bare minimum if you're an end-game player that you should get. And I'm on track, kind of. Because the first day you kind of get a little bit more, so I'm actually probably a little bit behind. But I'll call it on track for now. I got 103. My epics are a little bit behind. I wish I would have 9 and not 8. I still have gaps though, so we're good. And yeah, that's where we stand. And I'm gonna run this on autoplay just while I read the spoilers. And we gotta do... Where's it at? Alright, we got enough people here. I'm apologizing for my recent grumpiness, basically. Excuses. I wake up every day pretty much hating life. It's IRL stuff like bleeding into the streams. So just bear with me, please. Please forgive me. A little bit too grumpy, a little bit too... Somebody called me condescending in the comments, and I'm not mad at that person. I'm not mad. They might be a little bit right. Maybe a hint of condescending behavior. So I'm not mad at them, and they deleted their comment, but that's one thing you got to know. If you write a comment and then delete it, I can still see it. Just everybody else can't see it. So if you ever hit that button to comment, I'm going to see it. So, you know, not just like everybody else won't see it. So now here I am telling everybody about it, which I probably shouldn't have done. But I kind of agree, and I apologize. Whether it's me having a tooth that's like hurting really bad, or me wanting to move really bad and just hating my life right now, or having the vid, or like there's always something. Then sometimes I'm not telling you everything about my real life, and it might be even worse than I'm telling you. So the last good thing that happened to me was getting the new car, and I haven't had another good thing happen since then. And not that I deserve a good thing to happen, but except for like on here with you guys. So that'd be stupid of me to like ruin the one good thing on here with you guys. So I'm apologizing if anybody took anything the wrong way, and I hate to do this, and I pretty much never do this, so just you gotta know that I mean it if I'm doing it, because I hate doing it. So apologizing right now if anybody took anything the wrong way recently. I'm sorry. Can't help it. I wake up hating life. So, but good news, the good news, we have an appointment for Monday to go see a place that I really like, and I talked to the lady, and she seems to like me, and she seems cool, and like she really wants to get us in there, and It's only like a little bit. It's not like crazy. The rent's not crazy like most places. It's just a little bit more than where we're at right now. It's not exactly what I want, but it's fine. It's fine. So we're going Monday to see a place and to fill out an application. And we've already talked to the person 2 times. I called, I talked to him, I made sure to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, she told me, like, you better do it now. And I said, okay, I will. And then I went and did it now. And then she said, you better call me back after you do it. And I said, okay. And I called her back after I did it. And it's all set up for Monday. I just got to call Monday morning and, like, see what time. So hopefully they answer. Because we've had it go super deep before and just not work out. But that's the good news. Good news is we finally have a place. We might be moving. Like, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but it's probably looking the best out of anything we've ever looked at. So, woo! I am trying, y'all. I'm trying. Just, yeah. Hopefully, if I move, I promise y'all, I'm not gonna be as grumpy. I hope, as long as the place is nice and better than this place, which I can't imagine it not being better than this place. This is the worst. People are moving from this place to a place that used to be the worst place, and because they hate this place so much. Like, there's a notorious apartments that people, like, they used to say, like, at least you're not living there. There's a couple of them, like, right around here. Just right down the street one way, there's one, and right down the street the other way, there's one. There's 2 apartments that the people used to be like, at least you don't live there, People are moving from where I live to those places now, because this place is so bad. But, yeah. But good morning, Mark. Celebrate good times, oh yeah, sauna. Mark got Tina, that's amazing. Porter's hello. Alfredo, hello. Mike D, good morning. Tim Bruce says hi. Yeah, you got it. Mark got 123, that's amazing. Pre-rant, kinda. Yeah, Versus can get ya. Gemma Gems, I like that name. Mike D says I'm a slacker. Timestamp, yeah, I got a timestamp here in a minute. Moving is stressful, man. And it's hard to, like, line everything up perfectly to where your lease ends in one spot and then your lease starts in the other spot. Like, how the heck are you supposed to do that? If you don't have, like, a middle bridge, like, somewhere to go in between, like, how are you supposed to do that? I have nowhere to go in between. Russet Fox is here. Mike D says, I hate putting random chicks' underwear in my pocket, but it happens. Porter says, hey, an irritating housing situation is, well, irritating. Good luck with the place. Thanks, man. Chad with the 2, you changed your name. I love it, dude. Thanks, Russet Fox. Yeah, anybody that wants to send good luck my way, because we've had it to where we went all the way to a place before and they canceled on us, so, I hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, let's get into these spoilers after I do the chapter. Music. You're in the elevator. Somebody farts, and it stinks. I gotta get rid of my whole description. You're in the elevator. Someone's making out. You're like, what's going on? You're in the elevator. Who made that smell? The cool music in the elevator. Alright. Tim is balls, his team. Tim. Yeah, I talked to Tim. That's who I got that from. Mike. He said to tell you you're Conan. Alright, the spoilers are not up, so I didn't leave them up. I didn't think ahead. I did make a thumbnail, though. And here we go. Let's get this battle going. I had already apologized to the EverQuest people, and now I'm apologizing to y'all. I don't know what else to do. I can't help it. I'm trying, though. I'll try to do better. There's always going to be a little bit, but it's been turned up to 10, and I get it. I understand. Usually I'm only, like, on a 7. Oh, yeah? I'm only on a 7 or an 8. And then recently I've been on a 10 with the grumpiness, so probably sounds pretty crazy. Alright, weekly event spoilers for the upcoming week of June 17th, 2024. Let's go. Okay, so we have a Pride Lands week next week. We have a Pride Lands Underspire, a Pride Lands Epic Trials. We have an Invasion event for the guild event. Invasion. That's the towers. That's the easy one. They give you the weapon. They give you the troop. And you can just use that. You can triple up on the troop and use the weapon most times. So it's not a brain buster. It's pretty easy. We have a holiday event. It's called Bear the Heat. What's a holiday event? I always get them all mixed up because we have so many things. Like we have holiday events, Legends Reborn. We have Kingdom Pass and Campaign, and so many things that are kind of similar. But a holiday event, I think, is you got the armor, you got the legendary troop, you got the armor, the legendary troop, you got the pet, and you got the golden pet. And then you get 3 battles a day. You got like the golden battle. Am I wrong? Let me know. I think that's what it is. Faction event Tuesday is Indrajit's Palace. That's the one I'm working on. All right. Wednesday pet rescue is Son of Tao from Pride Lands. Thursday class event is Sunspear. Friday we have bounty event. We're getting the Yeti Cub. It's a Glacial Peaks bounty event. Alright, let's check out Pride Lands, see what kind of troops you can get with event keys, and what kind of weapons you can get in the Soul Forge. Troops! Aravatar's Tusk, Aravatar, Bandit, Behemoth, Chimera, Claw Dancer, Death Tarot, Fenley, First Claw Mahes, Halfmane, Hellclaw Rager, Kartek the Climber, Leo, Leo Korn, Mummikus, Night Slayer, Pride Hunter, Raksha Freeblood, Rock Shaman, Rex Warrior, Rift Lynx, Sabertooth Lion, Salamander, Second Claw Anhur, Sekma, Shadow Hunter, Spellpaw, Spirit Mane, Stone Shaker, Sunsail, the Ruby Giant, Troubadour, Tuskar, Ubastet, and Umanath. The one that jumped out to me was Chad with the 2. The one that jumped out to me was Ubastet. If you put Ubastet with Rope Dart, who they're both available through Pride Lands, like, we're going to read the weapons, and you're going to hear Rope Dart in the weapons, because it's a Pride Lands weapon. If you put those two together, it makes a pretty good team. You knock them into range, and then you shoot them with the Ubastet, and you get a double kill. It's not like meta right now, but it is an option. It's kind of like Scorpius Rally or Wolf Garrick team, stuff like that that's kind of in the middle that's still pretty good, but it's not like meta. It's one of those, so it's still pretty decent and worth mentioning. Ubastet used to be a top 10, but they've been like they mess with it too much. It was awesome, then they nerfed it, then it was better, then they nerfed it. You know, they keep going back and forth with it. Alright, weapons! These will be in the Soul Forge, at least some of them. Axe of Chaos, Bastion of Will, Beastly Bow, Black Mane's Claw, Broken Guard, Burning Pride, Cat's Paw, Death Rites, Doom Dagger, Fiery Claw, Flame Soul, Hunter's Spear, Indrajit's Claw, Rope Dart, Rope Dart, Rope Dart. Shadow Claw, Hunter's Claw, Spear of the Pride, Sun, Chakram, and Twin Claws. Rope Dart has an extra turn. Rope Dart does true damage. Rope Dart pulls him to the front. Rope Dart, like, entangles. Rope Dart, like, it does so many cool stuff. It's good. So, you should get Rope Dart. You don't see it, like, everywhere like the Wand or Stellarix or Zul'Goth, but it's still a really good weapon, and you should get it. It's just becoming older. It's still in its prime, but, it's hitting its midlife crisis, and it's okay still, though. Alrighty then, let's go check out the new troops. I'll catch up in the chat after I go through these spoilers, because I'm on a whole different screen. On Monday, June 17th, 2024, from Nexus, we have Emberclaw. How do we sleep while our bears are burning? Arcane Storm, base rarity legendary. Troop type Elemental Urska, troop roll Striker. It's on the thumbnail, it's just a bear that's on fire. The spell is Burning Charge, Explode a Row, deal, magic +2, true damage to the first 2 enemies, boosted by Elemental Stars. Mana color red-yellow, mana cost 17. Trait number 1 is Thick Hide, reduce damage from skulls by 20%. Trait number 2 is Fireproof. Trait number 3 is Burning Bright. Convert a purple gem to an Elemental Star when my turn begins. Sauna. Also on Monday, from Pride Lands, we have Ghoulie Moth, or something like that. Death will find a way. Arcane Skull, base rarity, ultra rare. Troop type undead monster, troop roll striker. It is an undead monster. It looks like it's either made out of electricity or water or something, or it's like a ghost. It's called the spell is called Ghastly Roar. Deal magic +1 damage to the first 2 enemies. Create 2 ghost gems, then destroy 8 gems. Mana color purple brown. Mana cost 12. Trait number 1 is Big. Trait number 2 is Undying, and trait number 3 is Haunted. 15% chance to create a ghost gem when my turn begins. So we got 2 troops hitting the first 2 enemies. I like the first one better, like the Ember Claw, but so far pretty cool. I mean, the Ghoul Moth has destroy 8 gems too. Like, it's all right. Also on Monday, from Pride Lands, we have Shadow Whisker. She's got paw circulation. Is that supposed to be poor? Like she's got poor circulation? She's got paw circulation. Arcane Blood, base rarity epic, troop type undead Raksha, troop roll striker. That's the little like you know, little fencing, like the little tiger that's like a fencing tiger. Ghostly Swipe. Deal magic +2 damage to an enemy boosted by ghost gems. If they are a tower, deal 3 times to 5 times damage based on my ascension. It's the shiny troop. Deal magic +2 damage to an enemy boosted by ghost gems. If they are a tower, deal 3 times to 5 times damage based on my ascension. I think like the boost ratio just goes up a little bit when they're shiny. Look, I leveled up. Ivy's here. I leveled up. Eventually, you just even out your masteries. Once you get all the mastery weapons, you even them out. On Friday, June 21st, 2024, from Glacial Peaks, we got Yeti Cub. Yetflix and Chill? Arcane Swamp, base rarity rare. Troop type beast, troop roll striker. It is a little beast guy. He is wearing the apron. He's just wearing just an apron, so you know his butt cheeks are showing behind that. Yeah, he's like one of those, you walk into the kitchen and they just wear the apron and their butt cheeks are showing. That's him. Snowball Fight is the spell. Deal magic +3 damage to an enemy. Convert 4 gems of one of their mana colors to freeze gems. Mana color blue-green. Mana cost 11. Trait number 1 is Bounty Hunter. Trait number 2 is Chill Touch. Trait number 3 is Insulated. So that's your bounty troop. Blue-green. And, you know, I don't know. It's not going to be like some awesome bounty troop, but you have to use it. Same with the Shadow Whisker, you have to use it for the towers. But the other 2 seemed okay. Probably nothing meta-defining, but I don't know. Okay week with okay troops so far. 4 new troops. Weapon spoilers. On Monday, June 17th, 2024, from Pride Lands, we have Burning Pride, rarity legendary, weapon type axe, weapon roll generator, mana color yellow-brown, mana cost 14. Spell is Explode magic +1 red gems, grant a random stats effect to all Raksha allies, then summon a Raksha troop. It has Mighty, gain 2 attack, Raging, and Rage Myself. It has deal 3 splash damage to a random enemy, and it has burn the first enemy. And pet spoilers. On Monday, June 17th, 2024, from Nexus, we have Emberclaw's Castle. Pet color blue, effect single troop bonus for Emberclaw. And then we have Emberclaw's Golden Castle. So that's the holiday pet. You're going to get so many copies of the first one, it will open the golden one, and then you get 1 copy of the golden one. That's the strat. Also on Monday, from Sword's Edge, we have Sir Saxby from the Frostbound Sword campaign. So if you bought the campaign, you're going to get some copies of the campaign pet. It's a brown pet. It's a cosmetic pet. And Max Kingdom Power. This is for everybody. PC, mobile, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. All this stuff is for everybody. On the 17th of June, Nexus Kingdom Power goes to 20. That's a good one. 20 is a good one. That's a stat, right? And then on the 21st of June, Glacial Peaks Kingdom Power goes to 29, which is really close to 30. But the one you want to pay attention to is that Nexus Kingdom Power goes to 20. You can get another stat if you're, like, on top of your Kingdom Power. But that is all the spoilers. So, like, 4 new troops, 1 new weapon, 3 new pets. Lots of stuff. We got Invasion, which is really easy. Then we have Bounty on the weekend, which you can just use Tesla or Queen Beatrix or Red Macaco for. So kind of an easy week with a lot of new stuff. A holiday event. Should be pretty fun. Sounds like a fun week after a Vault event. But that is it for the spoilers. Let me go check up on the chat. RE with the gifted. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Oh yeah. Appreciate you. Russet Fox with the 2. The Grumpy Fund. Imagine me. I'm like Oscar the No. What is the guy in the trash can? That's me. Somebody's got to do it. We have a super nice guy. You guys got everything. I'm just like being one of the demographics. I'm representing the grumpy guy, the grumpy condescending guy. That's me, right? We have the lying guy that lies and tells you that everything is good. That way you can feel better about yourself if you want to. If you want to, you can go feel better about yourself when he tells you that everything is good. I mean, you wasted your keys and you can't get them back, but you can go do that if you need a little pat on the back. Go to the lying guy. If you need the honest, like if you need a really nice guy that doesn't lie, we got Tacit. We got Tacit. You can tell him any team, anything, and he will find a way to be nice about it. Even if he doesn't like it, even if he knows it's wrong, he will tell you. He will tell you you are awesome. You could put the worst team in the chat, and he will still say, "Oh, you know, maybe like that looked pretty good." Like he's so nice, you can't even make him mad. So if you need a really nice guy, go to him. And he's really smart too. If you need the lying guy, if you need a pat on the back for doing something wrong, go to the lying guy. That's where you go for that. If you want a guy that just gives it to you straight, you know, just always the truth, doesn't care if it's grumpy sounding or condescending sounding or anything. If you just need the straight facts, you come here. You come here. So let's see where I left off in the chat. Chad with the 2 with the 2. Dude, now I gotta say Chad with the 2 with the 2. Thank you, Russet Fox. Tim is balls. Chad says I can't change it back yet after 13 days. It suits you, Chad. Oh, crusty Chad, says Mike. Sana says holiday event is with armor and pet and legendary. You got it. Grumpy Fund. It's your first super on a live stream too, Russet Fox. Appreciate that. Don't laugh, you're gonna make me mad. Mark's gonna get rope dart. All right. Mike says you get rope dart, you kind of just use it like once or a couple times. I mean, you're close. Ivy's here. RE is a legend. Apron with short shorts, I know. Probably nothing under those that apron. He's just commando. Anyone else have hemorrhoids? I don't tell you guys everything. I already said that. What's that? Eagle in comments? Mike says everyone has exactly 6 of them. Having them is normal, then popping out of place is the issue. No, Tacit is not the lying guy. I don't mention that guy because I don't like him. So he gets no names on here. He gets no shoutouts. Alright, let's do the Vault event. So like I said, I'll put in a chapter too, so if you want to like skip to the Vault event for some reason, we'll have that. And Vault is at like the 30-minute mark or so. Oh, and if you want a creative that's trying new things, go check out Crisp. Go check out Crisp. He's trying new stuff. He's not like riding anybody's coattails. He's doing his own thing. The lying guy rode coattails to get to the top. Copycatter. But Crisp is not doing that. He's doing his own thing. He's putting out shorts. You know what I mean? He's like doing his own thing, which I appreciate. He didn't just take the known formula and copy the crap out of it. and then look at somebody's old videos and copy a bunch of their videos. And then, you know, he didn't do that. So I think he's awesome for that. Okay, let's see. We need to check where we're at as far as like our boss chest for the vault event. We're on 52. I think I got to hunt versus real quick. That's like borderline. So I'm going to go to my Ironhawk team. We very heavily went over the vault event yesterday. So if you have any questions, of course, put them in the comments. But if you need like more information, I like overdid it yesterday. I like went over it like crazy about everything you should and shouldn't do, what teams you should use, preloading your controller. There's so many things, and I'm sure I'll go over them again today. But if you have any questions, let me know too. If you want like a super duper breakdown on the vault event, yesterday is the place to be. And I got the wrong team on. Granny Gems, yeah. Yeah, let's not think I'm talking about Tacit. Let's see. We need Ironhawk. It's hard to miss the Lion guy. He spams videos every day, so... Burying the competition. It's kind of smart, but I don't like the shisty, snaky way that he got there. Mike. TMI. And that's not true, I don't think. I know what you mean, though, Mike. I know what you mean. I know what you're trying to say, but let's not say that. Yeah. I've known him for a very long time, so I think I know what you're trying to say, but let's not do that on here. But I gotcha. Alright, we're hunting versus now. I saw a post on the forum about people having a very low amount of one verse or whatever, and that's a thing for sure. Like, everybody is going to be missing one verse usually, but mine seems to jump around. Like, Cindy was my arch enemy for a while. Cindy Savage Lips was my arch enemy. And for some reason, it turned into Baz. Baz was my arch enemy for a minute. And then all of a sudden, it was Slash, or whatever his name is. The guy that's patterned after Slash with the hat. I've never been arch enemies with Gene Simmons, though. Me and Gene Simmons are tight. There's Baz. He's showing up. Showing up to work today. Usually it's Cindy or Baz for me, but it's different for everybody. I think what happens is you get verses, right? You use gaps, and you end up getting like a certain amount of like, let's go with my thing. You know, you get Slash and Baz and Gene Simmons, and then you're short on Cindy. So I get more Slash and Baz and Gene Simmons, and I'm still short on Cindy. And then I get more Slash and Baz and Gene Simmons, and I'm still short on Cindy. And this is how, like, when they very first came out. And then finally I get a Cindy, right? And then I'm running a gap immediately. Okay? So now I have 0 Cindy again. And then I get Slash and Baz and Gene Simmons, and I'm looking for Cindy. And then I get Slash and Baz and Gene Simmons, and I'm looking for Cindy. And then I finally get Cindy. And then you run a gap, and now you have 0 Cindy again. And you just kind of, it starts out like that. And, like, it just keeps like, you keep using. So it looks more crazy than it really is. Because you're running gaps, you're using the Cindy. So it's not like it's always at 0. But then it just kind of starts out like that. And then you're always going to be short on one. And it's different for every person. You might be short on Baz, you might be short on Slash, you might be short on Gene Simmons. But they're all weighted the same, so it's not like... There's no way that everybody's account is... There's no way the devs went into every singular person's account and made it to where they get less of one of the verses. That's, like, impossible. If every single person was short on Cindy, then that would be, like, very suspicious. But it's different ones. You're short on Baz, I'm short on Cindy, that person's short on Slash, that person's short on Gene Simmons. So it's just, like, proof that they didn't, like, do anything sneaky. Because if they had done something sneaky, then we would all be short on the same one. Because there's no way, they can't just specifically make you different accounts short on different verses. That's, like, impossible. We're playing on a server. They're not going into everybody's account. There's too many people to do that anyway. Anyway, that's just how I think about it. I'm never super suspicious of... I don't think they're, like, really doing that kind of crazy stuff behind the scenes. Because if they ever got found out, that would be super bad for them. Yoke the ham. 95 keys. That sounds like me, man. I got pretty much that many, too. Verse 1 is your unicorn mark. See, it's different for everybody. Mine's Cindy, who's like 3 or something. Mike likes turtles, so do I. Yoke says 1K Dragonite from Stella. That's great. Mark says, Yoke, I got 198 Dragonite yesterday just from Gnome, so you can get Dragonite from Vault events. Gemma says, where is the best place to farm versus? Explore 1, Cinemirage, or Wild Plains. I'm in Cinemirage. If you want to do exactly what I'm doing, do Cinemirage. I know it works this weekend. Sometimes certain kingdoms don't work because there's extra stats for certain typings in certain kingdoms every week. But I know 100% Cinemirage works this weekend, so that would be my recommendation. There are other places. There's Wild Plains. Sana does Midnight. Like, there's some other places. I think some people do Sword's Edge. Blackhawk used to work. There's a Dragonite gnome. So we need yellow or brown, please. And we don't have it. So I'm going to take green and hope... Nope. Watch him run away on stream. That'd be great. Oh, he's gonna run. No, you're not, because I'm smart. DC with the 5. You're a freaking legend. Oh, yeah. He says, hi, Sinnycool and all you Sinners, choir members, and lurkers alike. Please do karate on that movie, the like button. Appreciate you, dude. Dude, you got 4 likes, like, immediately. You must be popular. Mike says I finally got all the cosmic dragons. Need 2200 Dragonite now. So you got the hard work out of the way, man. The hardest part is getting the random dragons. It's just a matter of time now, dude. Sana says still not used to Ironhawk. I know, I feel ya. Just remember, just cast spells. Just cast spells. If you've ever used... Well, that doesn't work, but... I was going to say if you've ever used, like, the Wall of Bones or the Wall of Tentacles or the Dwarven Gate teams, you pretty much just cast spells. It's similar to, like, King Gobtruffle. You pretty much just cast spells. You're not really matching that many gems. There's some teams out there where you just cast spells. And this is one of them. Like, the Ironhawks, you just cast spells. Don't even look at the board. The gems don't exist. You're just casting spells and that's it. Just cast spells as fast as you can. Ignore the board. Kind of just look at your troops. Don't even look at the board. Especially when you're hunting verses. I just stare at the Dust Devil. I don't even look at the board. You can train your eyes to not even look at the board when you're doing Vault Event. That's the best way to do it. So I'm just looking at the Dust Devil. I don't even look at the board. And then when you're doing gaps, you kind of look at the middle of the board, but you wait for Sister Superior to pop up. You don't look at the gems. Yoke says, why should people only do gaps during Vault weekends? Is there more loot or something? Yes, there's more Vault keys. You could try it for yourself if you want, like, to make sure 100% that I'm not wrong. Because I've done it before. I touched the hot stove. And I'm never going to touch it again. I've done that. As soon as Gaps came out, I tried it. I tried it outside of a Vault event. That was my theory. I'm like, this is going to be sweet. We can make our own Vault events whenever we want. We can run a Gap outside of a Vault event. I'll get all gnomes whenever I want. But unfortunately, you get way less Vault keys. Instead of getting like 20 on average, you're going to get like 5. You're going to get like 5. And it's a huge waste because you might as well save them for the Vault event. Anytime you use a Gap outside of a Vault weekend, it's a giant waste, unfortunately. And everybody makes that mistake once, so it's okay. I even made that mistake. But just don't do it again, and everything will be cool. It's like touching a hot stove. Everybody's got to learn their lesson. I mean, if you're running Gaps outside of a Vault event and you're getting like 25 Vault keys, then by all means. But I've tried it before, and I got like 3. So Vault keys are turned up during a Vault event. Yeah. The gnome appearance is turned up, and Vault key drops from gnomes is turned up during a Vault event. Yeah, this is the weekend to get Dragonite for sure. It's Dungeon and Vault. It's simple. If you need Dragonite, Dungeon, and Vault. Anywhere else, you're going to have to pay. Those are the 2 free... You know, even in the Dungeon, you could pay for some, but... Getting perfects in the Dungeon and grinding the Vault super hard are the only free ways to get Dragonite. And to farm Dragonite. It's the only way to farm Dragonite is the Vault. If you go so hard in the... If you can keep going, you can get as much Dragonite as you want, pretty much. It comes slowly, but it comes. 198 is great. We got 198. Russet Fox says, I was short on Gene Simmons, then 5 came along in a row, now Slash is hiding. Yeah. It's gonna be different, you're gonna see. Like, I was short on Cindy for a very long time, and I thought, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, it was Baz. And then all of a sudden, it was Slash for a minute. It's way more noticeable if you save up Gaps and save up Verses. If you run them every time you get one, then it's not as noticeable. I guess it's kind of the same, actually. I don't know. Because then you have 0, and 0 is super noticeable. But if you... I don't know. I feel like the more you save up, the worse it looks. And I don't recommend saving Gaps, like I've said yesterday in my grumpy stream. I'm allowed to not recommend things now. I don't have to say it in a mean way. It's a video game. Do whatever you want. You can play Treasure Hunt all day if you want. It's in the game, and it's there, and it's a video game, so... Yoke got a perfect dungeon last night. Amazing, dude. DC's old crusty. Chad with the 2's back. Mike puts his socks on backwards. You put your pants on backwards too? Jump, jump. Jump, jump. No problem, Yoke. Ivy says PvP is good Dragonite too. I don't recommend it, but if that's what you want to do. I spend all my gold marks on books because books are super... One day you're going to have... Here's the reason. I hope this doesn't sound... Just because I'm telling people why not to do something, it always sounds crazy. Because they're doing that thing, and then I'm saying why not to do it. So how am I supposed to say that without it sounding mean? Like, I'm never going to stop saying the right way to do things, you know? Even no matter how it sounds. I disagree. I respectfully disagree that getting Dragonite from PvP is the way to do things. And I've heard that narrative a couple times now. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't agree with it. I'm sorry. I think every single gold mark should go to books because one day you're gonna you're gonna be done with Dragonite. You're gonna be done, and there was a bunch of books you didn't buy that you could have bought, and now you're gonna need books. Everybody in the world needs books right now. There's not a single person out there who has every kingdom level and power all the way turned up. I would bet on it. Nobody. Everybody needs books. Everybody needs deeds. Everybody needs writs. There's not a single person out there that doesn't. Guess what I don't need? Dragonite. I don't need Dragonite. It's kind of a patience thing. It's kind of a patience thing. I never bought Dragonite from PvP. I always spend it on the books. And that's just like playing the long game. You know, the way you're supposed to get it is from Dungeon and Vault. That's like using a gap on Epic Trials. Like, that's a strat, and you could get your Epic Trials done that way, but it's, like, not the right way to do it. Now you're wasting a gap that's super precious. I mean, you're speeding up your Dragonite, but... You know what I mean? Like, you're putting a bunch of NOS in your car, and your car is going to blow up. But yeah, you went faster. And that's what all I'm saying. Like, if you're getting Dragonite a different way from PvP, then maybe that's how. Maybe it's a different way you're getting Dragonite from PvP. But I don't even like PvP, so that's probably why I poop on it a little bit. All right, let's see. I am. What happened here? Oh, I got a level. All right, we're gonna go run a gap now. Because I got my boss chest. And that's how I do it. I only have 3, so I'm slowly going down. I'm not getting the verse I need. What's the verse I need? I don't even know. Up at Sendy, like always. Ivy says, yes, but I would just use Stella after Deed Book's pet. DC says gaps outside of the Vault event only ever worked when they first dropped the play mode before the nerf. Back then, you could get verse gnomes to Right. I think you're right about that. Mike says, I once took a grown-ass man down Mr. Sacco style. Put your sock in his mouth. Mark says, now that I have Stella, I am buying books and PvP instead of Dragonite. That was a hard habit to break for me. I'm glad you're on to the right path. The Mac Daddy, yeah. Ivy says, I mean, Cinny, do PvP as a new player without many mythic Stella is such a huge boost so you can farm books after you got him and knew this it's easy to get, like, one of those other dragons. You're going to get a dragon. And Stellarix is awesome. But you could probably use the other dragon until you get Stellarix. It's kind of like getting Diamantina before you get Stellarix. It's useful until you get Stellarix. And, you know, you got Fomag. You got Scourge of Honor, you got Rowan. It's not like everybody has to have Stellarix or else you can't play the game. Like, there's so many other options before you get Stellarix, and they're just a little bit weaker. So the upgrade you're getting, you're passing on books to get a slight upgrade eventually. And then you're never going to need that resource again that you spent the gold marks on. So it's like a really long-term way of thinking. You could use whatever dragons you've been getting from, like, Ruby Wrath. You can use the Void Dragon. You can use Fomag. You can use Scourge of Honor. You can use Rowan with, like, a heavy boost. You can use Guard's Avatar with a heavy boost. You got Zul'Goth. You got High King Iron Gut. You got Gob Truffle. You got Queen Beatrix. You got so many options that Stellarix is the best. It's the best. No one's going to ever say it's not. But the upgrade from other teams isn't so giant that you would go out of your way to not get books, a thing you're always going to need, just to get Stellarix a little bit faster. We got to have patience. Because the books, you're going to need them bad. You're going to remember this one day. You're going to remember this one day. You're going to get Stellarix. It's going to be a little bit of an upgrade. You're going to enjoy it for a bit. You're going to get bored of it. You're going to be like, man, I hate using Stellarix everywhere. And then you're going to be like, man, how do I get these stupid books, man? How do I get these dumb books? They're so hard to get. What the heck? And then you're going to remember this from this stream where I was saying, please don't get Dragonite from PvP. Just get the books. It's hard to do, but I know it's tempting. I don't blame anybody for getting Dragonite from PvP. Like, I don't blame you. It's not stupid or anything. It's just like, the right thing to do is to get books, and it's a hard thing to do. It's just like saving money is the right thing to do, but we don't all save money. Like, it's just, everybody knows the smart thing to do is to save money and not go out to eat and not, but we all just go out to eat. It's just one of those type of deals. It's really hard habit to break, and it's hard to pass up on that Dragonite in the PvP, and it's hard to save up and get books instead when you're getting a random brown book for a kingdom that you're not going to level up for a year from now. Like, it's hard to do, but it is the right thing to do. Let's see. We got to run this gap. And I don't know why I went all the way out. I was trying to catch up in the chat before I run it, because I'm going to be, like, not... We got Tony! How's it going? Russet says I have all my kingdoms to level 10. Karakoth is now 14. Do I keep doing Karakoth to 20, or level all 15 starting with the Magic Kingdoms? Level all to 15 starting with the Magic Kingdoms, I think. Are we talking kingdom level or kingdom power? DC says aim to get all kingdoms magic first to 15, then there are magic kingdoms to work towards level 20 with. Yeah. Ivy says no, the other dragons are crap. You rather use Tesla, yeah. In early PvP, as you hit Diamond League, you will hit such a wall with Zul, Stella, CT teams, and putting... I mean, I just do the bare minimum in PvP, so... I mean, if you're going hard in PvP, you might know more than I do. Now, I haven't done every kingdom level 15, so books are just useless because I don't even have the Imperial Deeds. I mean, where'd they go? You're gonna stuff tissues there and not wipe. Alright, Mike, we'll see you, dude. Have a good day. Okay, so we're waiting for 53, and then that will be 108 when it ends. And, you know, I'm an in-game player, so I'm thinking, like... I can't think like a mid-game player as much. Like, I'm trying to fix being able to think as a beginner by doing the new account playthrough. But it's hard to think as a mid-game player, and, you know? So, I don't have the struggle of Stellarix anymore, so... I'm talking as a person that already has it. Oh my goodness, I suck. Oh no, I suck. I'm wasting it. This is a cardinal sin. I can't believe I did that. I should just... I'm such an idiot. I do this all the time, though. I make mistakes, too. I just wasted like a freaking minute. Or whatever, 40 seconds. There goes, like... 5 battles. Good job, Sinny. Now I gotta catch up. And cut the mustard. Oh, it's too early. Some clicking you might hear is my controller as I jam on the X button. Oh, that was alright. You gotta make this fun for yourself. See how frame perfect you can do. Look at the gnomes. See what kind of gnomes you get. Those aren't anything interesting. That was pretty close to frame perfect. Let's see what gnomes we get, baby. Come on. Preloading? Those suck. But they all can drop a vault key, so I'm not pooping on any gnome. There you are. There's a soul gnome that dropped us a vault key. Why is it loading in between loading? Don't you love when it loads in between loads? It's got to load so it can load the load bar? Don't you like when it's got to load the load? It's got to load to load the load? To load it. It's got to load the load and load. And stupid. Anita with the gifted, thank you so much. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. It went to Dan Molina. That is a person that supports the channel, so I appreciate it. I know that person. That's an EverQuest dude. Shout out to the professor, by the way, for commenting on 1 billion videos. We have people do that sometimes, and I try to, like, make sure they know it's appreciated. And shout out to the professor. He's been commenting on old videos, which is kind of embarrassing for me. Some of those are cringy, but I don't know. They're out there for everybody to see. If you want the nicer guy, go back in time, I guess. As where I live has gone downhill, so has my mood. We can go over kingdom level and power after this gap if you guys want. I have one of each color kingdom to 20, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't think I would ever get that done. And now I'm working on another purple. It's kind of what you have to do. It's like the path of least resistance. You start with magic and then you move to other colors because you have so many of the other color. And Imperial Deeds can be a problem, like somebody said. But make sure the only thing you're using Imperial Deeds on is getting a stat. Never touch an Imperial Deed unless you're getting a stat. Or you're working towards a stat, like, in a specific kingdom. Don't spread your cheeks out all over the kingdoms. That's that whole 16 thing that I don't like. That's fine, like, that was a thing, and I'm not saying anybody was stupid for doing it. Like, it was a thing. It's one of those things where it was a good thing to do, and then it wasn't. And back when it was an okay thing to do, I was telling people not to do it, but, you know, it was a controversial opinion that ended up being right. Because back when, you know, Explore was a bigger thing. Everybody, that was what you would do. You would do Explore 12. You might as well get more Myth Stones. I just never agreed with that. And then it became a thing that's not good now. Slows down your vault events. Nobody does Explore 12 anymore. And we got the orbs. We got glory orbs. We got minion orbs. We don't need as many medals. What else? There's another reason. Oh, and then you can level kingdoms faster if you concentrate instead of spreading it. You can get stats quicker if you concentrate instead of spreading them out. It's like in Elden Ring where I put a bunch of stats into intelligence because I am a sorcerer. I'm not going to spread them all out. You know how in like a game like Elden Ring you have like 10 different stats you could level? You don't start like with the top stat and put a point in that. You don't move to the second, put a point in that. You don't move to the third, put a point in that, you know? That's kind of like that with the kingdoms. You don't just put one stat point into every stat and then wrap it back around and do it again. You concentrate on certain stats depending on your build. So some people are going to concentrate on strength because they got like a giant sword. Some people are going to do intelligence because they're casting spells. It's similar to that. Not exactly the same, but it's similar. You want to concentrate on one kingdom, get it to 20. Because there's a shared resource. Once you use that stat point after you level, it's gone. Even though they're more forgiving. A game like Elden Ring is more forgiving than Gems of War as far as that goes. There's no Renala you can go to and redistribute your stat points in this game. That would be cool. They should let us do that. But they don't. So once you use something, it's gone forever. And it's like it should be more of a bigger decision than just, oh, I got enough, I'm gonna do it. You know, it should be more of a harder decision that you think about longer. Because it's going to be gone. You can only use it once, then it's gone, you know? You can't just go get Imperial Deeds, like, whenever you want. It's hard to get, so you got to be very selective with when you use one. That was always my stance on that, you know? So now I have a purple on 20. I have every color on 20. And I got a stat from every color, including 2 magic. Because I did the right green one. I did Zalkari, which is magic. So I got +2 magic, and then, you know, it's even more than that, I think, because it's level 20, but... DC did the 16 thing, but you're recovering now. Good job. Like I said, it's not because you're stupid or anything, man. It was a for real thing that was an accepted way to do it back when. I was kind of like bucking the trend, I was the guy saying, nah, I don't know about this, y'all, but I wasn't 100. Now I'm 100% sure it was not the right thing to do. But back then I was telling people I never did it. Like you see on my account, I don't have. We can go look at mine. I don't have 16s. I got 15s. We all know the concept of soft caps, right? In video games, the concept of a soft cap. It's like you get to a point where it's worth more to stop than to like continue. Like you get to a anyway, like when in certain games, like in like Elden Ring again, for example, if you get your intelligence to say, I'm just making up numbers, but once you get your intelligence to 50. As you go to 50, you get like a certain amount of power from every time you enter that into intelligence. You get a certain amount of power. But once you get past 50, you start to get diminishing returns. So it's like the last time you get non-diminishing returns, I guess. It's a weird way to say it, but... So at 15, you get a stat, which is like the best thing to get. So after the stat, diminishing returns. Same with Delve, Horde level. There are soft caps, 111, 133, 155, 177. Those are soft caps. If you're not going to... Basically, there's no reason to stop on anything between 111 and 133. That's what I mean by a soft cap. You're either going to be 111 or you're going to be 133. You're never going to be 112 or 132 or anything in between. There's no reason. It's similar with kingdom level. You're either 15 or you're 20. There's no reason to stop anywhere in between. And the reason that is because it's a shared resource amongst all the other kingdoms, and you don't want to invest that resource until you're actually getting the thing you're really looking for, which is the stat. Because you might be able to go and do a different kingdom and get it to 20 before you could have if you did 16 or 17 on this other kingdom. Because that Imperial Deed is gone once you do it, and they all cost Imperial Deeds. 16 costs, 17 costs, 18 costs, 19 costs. They all cost Imperial Deeds. In every kingdom, they all cost. So anytime you do 16 anywhere, you lost Imperial Deeds that you could have used elsewhere. The one thing that is okay is if you are 100% sure you're going to get this one kingdom to 20, and that's the one you're going to do no matter what, then you can do 16, 17, 18, because you're working towards 20, and you're never going to put it in anything else except for that kingdom. But to do like 16 in every kingdom? Nah. Because then, like, what's the mentality? You're going to do 17 in every kingdom, and then you're going to do 18 in every kingdom, and then you're going to do 19 in every kingdom? It's going to take you so long to get those stats. That's like the long way. You're never going to get the stats. Because you have to make it to 20 to get the stats. The next set of stats is at 20. So why not concentrate them and get the stat? Especially magic. We're not going to go do 16 in every kingdom and then 17 in every kingdom and then 18 in every kingdom. You know how many deeds that'll cost you? And like how long you're like putting off your stats. Iron Gut's a good example, huh? My rant saved you from yourself. What up, JM Ricks? Where's Livewire? I'm kidding. I'll stop saying it one day. Maybe he's on vacation, you know, it's summertime. He's just gonna come back, he's gonna be like, I was in Hawaii, bro. I was surfing, playing volleyball, drinking out of a coconut, getting sand in my booty crack. Well, you know? He kept saying, where's live? I was in Hawaii, bro. I was on a vacation. It's summertime. Do I gotta tell you whenever I go on vacation or something? There's no internet in Hawaii. Didn't you know there's no internet there? I was surfing, doing like a backflip on a surfboard. I was riding the waves. I was there with Neo. I was there with Neophyte. We were in Hawaii together. A tandem surfboard, tandem bike. Riding our bikes around. We met Dog the Bounty Hunter. They put lays on us. There's the belly dancers. We were dancing. We're belly dancing. Diminishing returns, yeah. How can I use Iron Gut as an example? Yeah, that's a good example. Like anything over 100 would be diminishing returns because 100 is 100%, and then anything over 100% would be you don't need it as far as the devour rate. So, like if you have Metals of Seasons, right? You have Iron Gut and you have him on. He has a natural like 80. 90 attack. You would only put so many Metals of Seasons on to get yourself to 100. And that's more like a hard cap though, huh? Because anything above that would be... That's not even a soft cap, that's like a hard cap. It's like a ceiling. Like nothing matters after 100%. Looks like we're done. Let's go see how many keys we got. Dog the Bounty Hunter. The criminals are on the run. They're probably hiding from the dog. I don't know. I'm making up words. 131. So I got a decent amount. I think I had like 104. So I got... Whoa. I got like 27. That's pretty good. The criminals are on the run. They're probably shaking in their boots. Anyway. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Did I get any pity keys? Let's get those. It annoys me. I got those XP boosters in there. Get these out of there. Alright. I used one of these last night because it only had 1 day left and I was hunting versus, so... I'll probably start using them. I usually try to wait till Saturday, Sunday. That way I'm like max boredom, max, you know. Been doing the Vault Event for 2 days now. Let's spice it up with some XP boosters. I'm going to try to wait as long as I can before I run those. But back to verse hunting, and I put my home kingdom on Center Mirage, so you gotta watch out for that. You want it on White Helm. Push the button too many times. That's never changed. That's always been a thing. Whitehelm is the best home kingdom, and it's never changed. That doesn't happen very often in this game. Something's true, and then it's just true forever. Alright, we gotta save this team this time. We're not gonna make the... How'd I get 27 keys when I screwed up at the beginning? Like, I wasted 5 battles, 6 battles, 7 battles by not having Sister Superior. You guys saw at the beginning of that, sometimes I crush it, and sometimes I don't know. Alright, copy. And wait, next time we can just paste it instead of having to go and looking for her. Gonna go get our 3rd Ironhawk. For some people, this isn't a problem because you only have 2 Ironhawks. You just run that for everything. It's almost... Like, I almost liked it better when I only had 2 Ironhawks because you never have to change your team. You just run 2 Ironhawks the whole time. Like, I'm not gonna... I like this team, and I love that I can get verses a little bit faster, but back when I had 2 Ironhawks, which I did for a while, you just use it for everything. You use it for verse hunting, you use it for gaps, you never have to change your team, you'll never run into that problem where you have to... Oops! I gotta hurry up, where's Sister Superior? I accidentally hit the gap. I'm wasting it. You'll never have that problem, because you have the same team. Sana says, I sinned yesterday. Got so bored with hunting verses, I did some weak event. I mean, you're a guild leader, so that's fine. Rusted Fox says, I also sinned. I did a pet rescue because I was bored. Don't tell me. You guys know I'm, like, exaggerating. I'm like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Have you guys ever seen Stone Cold Steve Austin? He's probably really not... Like, I'm flipping off the crowd, right? But you guys are supposed to flip me off back. It's not like I'm really saying F you. Like, that's just our gesture we make towards each other. I'm like a anti-hero kind of dude. I'm like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm gonna cuss in the boss's face. I'm gonna kick him in the nuts. I'm gonna chug a beer. I'm gonna flip you off, but you're supposed to flip me off back, and it's like our thing. We're not really saying F you to each other. It's just like, yeah, middle finger, baby. Screw the boss man. It's like, screw the devs, middle finger. That's what we're doing. So whenever I'm flipping you guys off, you're supposed to flip me off back. You're not supposed to go, hey, flip me off, I'm mad. I'm being the anti-hero guy. I'm being the... You cheer for Stone Cold Steve Austin? A little bit exaggerated here, you know. If you do pets, man, oh, I'm gonna get mad. In reality, if we talked to each other on Discord and you said, man, I did a pet today, I'd be like, oh, yeah? Which one did you get? Was it cute? Did you put it on your shoulder? Is it cute? What kind of bonuses did you get? What'd you name it? What'd you name it? Is it cute? Did you pop it right on your shoulder? Was it cool? That's good. I'm glad. Which one'd you get? I'm not gonna say, you stupid dummy, why'd you do that, you a-hole, you're dumb. I just gotta exaggerate a little bit on here to prove my points and to... It's a live stream, dude. I'm not gonna... And there's already somebody out there if you want to go get... I already told you the dynamics of the Gems of War universe out here. There's other people you can watch if you want to get your back padded or you know, them tell you, like, you can put any team in the chat. Just go put the most random team. He might say, I don't get it, but, you know, maybe I'll have to try it, and he'll never be mean. Never, never, never. We can't just have everybody being the same out here. That'd be boring. Why the heck would you watch me then if I just copied the crap out of somebody else and did the same person? They might as well just stream again in the morning, and, you know, I just might as well not exist. You gotta have different kinds of streamers. You can't just everybody can't be the nice guy. Me and Mr. Extreme used to compete for who's the biggest a-hole. He gets banned from the chat all the time. I think he's banned from life from the global chat. Hey, and if you sin, you can always go to the priest and ask to be absolved. That's a whole thing. That's a thing. You say your prayers. You say, Father Sinny, I have sinned. I went after a pet during the vault event. I'm so sorry. I will never do it again. I'll say 3 Hail Marys. Can you please forgive me? And I'll say, yes, my son, or yes, my daughter. It's okay. We all sin. It'll be okay. It's not that bad. Just, try not to do it in the future. I know it's very tempting. Father Sinny, I have sinned. I bought Dragonite in the PvP shop. It's okay, my son. Say 3 Hail Marys and just try not to do it again. You'll be okay. Father Sinny, I have sinned. I put my kingdoms on 16. Oh my god, you did that? You're disgusting! What is wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's a pretty big mistake that you can't take back, my son, but it's okay. You'll be okay. Say 50 Hail Marys and just don't do it again. Don't do 17. You'll be okay. You can recover. You can recover from this. Pick a kingdom. Pick Karakoth or Darkstone and take it to 20. Ignore the other kingdoms. When you're done with that, do Zalkari next. Don't be tempted, my son, into doing 17 on all kingdoms, please. We must concentrate our powers into one kingdom, not spread them out. K-Zeal's good for gold. The reason you do White Helm is because it gives you glory, and glory can change into gold and can change into anything, so... White Helm's the right answer, but I respectfully, K-Zeal for gold, let's go. Glory is a versatile resource that you could go get anything with. It's kind of similar to what we've been already talking about, like... Once you use an Imperial Deed, it's gone forever. Glory is the most versatile resource if you happen to need a certain thing. If you need souls, if you need gold, if you need trait stones, if you need gems, you can use Glory to go get all of that stuff. If you get just gold from a kingdom, you can't really use gold to go get Glory, or gold to go get souls, or gold to go get trait stones. But you can use Glory to go get any of those other things. So you want more Glory because it's versatile. I bought that pet food because, gold is easy come, easy go. And I buy pretty much everything. If the merchant offers me something and he wants gold for it, I almost always buy it because it's almost always worth it. Except for souls and treasure maps. If he shows me souls or treasure maps, then I say, no way, Jose, I don't want anything from you. Ivy says I'm still running Rowan, 1600, what? How many? 16,000 gems on pocket, probably 19k after weekend, class leveling up OP though. Still running Rowan. 16,000 gems on pocket. Probably 19k. You have that many gems, Ivy? Well, then don't listen to me. I only have a little bit more, and I'm... Yeah? Yeah, you have to have thick skin here, says Sana. For sure. Mark says, I finally talked Mrs. Nugent into buying dragon armor last night. She was happy to finally get it. Good job. That was smart. You like me for my raw opinions? They usually turn out being right, too. Like, there's a track record of me giving pet opinions, or delve opinions, or Dragonite opinions, or kingdom level opinions. And somehow I have a knack for predicting the future and being right. Even if you think it's kind of like, right now, you might not... You'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you just remember and you... like, whenever... eventually it comes true. Like, it's true when I say it. But you will 100% agree eventually. I guarantee it. It happens. Russet Fox is no fragile flower. Mark says, I can see it now. Forgive me, Cinny, for I have sinned. I bought Dragonite. What if you only get brown books? It is random. It looks like brown will be your third kingdom then. If you only get brown books, then it looks like brown will be your third kingdom you get to 20. Because everybody's going to have a different third kingdom they get to 20 based on what it's RNG. Do you have a lot of brown deeds? Do you have a lot of brown books? Do you have a lot of yellow deeds? Do you have a lot of yellow books? I think the third kingdom for everybody's going to be different. But it's not going to be purple and it's not going to be green. Because you're going to do purple first and then you're going to do green second. But then your third kingdom is different for everybody. Mine, I think, was yellow or blue. And my last one was like brown, I think. Brown or something. We got yellow pet food, imperial deed. I'm doing pet food. Because I don't want to spend 250 deeds on just one... 250 gems on just one deed, but... I'm okay with my deeds. But hey, if you needed that imperial deed, that might have been an okay thing to buy if you have a lot of gems. That's the other thing, like, different people have different amounts of resources, so different... You might be able to do certain things that I think... I'm talking about the majority. 90% of people should do things this way or that way. Sometimes I'm not even... Like, you could do whatever, and I'm not even talking to you because you have 30,000 gems and you have whatever else, and it doesn't apply to you. Like, Supernova always knew when I talked about gold farming and stuff, like, it didn't apply to him. Because he's Scrooge McDuck, like, diving into gold. He's got, like, 1 billion gold, so... He can do whatever he wants to do, because he's got so much. Like, Tyrion Shark, usually my advice doesn't apply to Tyrion Shark. He's got so much of everything. He's... Sometimes what I say doesn't apply to you, but... Mark says my future center fund in advance. Alright, thank you, dude. DC says, go forth wearing my Scarlet 16 badge like a dunce cap. Ivy says, ores for weapons? What do you mean? Ivy says, I meant diamonds. My biggest gem stack was 14k, but I used it up on Stella. Good job, Ivy. I like it. Yeah, diamonds and gems, I always do that too. Those are like two of the most confused... Diamonds and gems, I always say, like, accidentally say diamonds when I mean gems, and I accidentally say gems when I mean diamonds. It's similar to, like, Underspire and Underworld. Like, sometimes you'll say Underspire when you mean Underworld, and sometimes you'll say Underworld when you mean Underspire. Like, gems and diamonds, they, like, kind of look similar, and it's easy to accidentally say, one when you mean the other. I do that all the time. I've had to, like, edit videos before because I was like, dang it, said diamonds instead of gems. I meant to say gems and I said diamonds. I do that too. Alright, let's lock in our appropriate team for a gap. Before we run the gap this time. There's no reason I have Necromancer on. Like, the class doesn't matter unless you're still going for class weapons. Then it does matter. So don't pay attention to my class there. You can put whatever. It don't matter. We're not using hero. Yeah. That's a thing you will learn eventually, that if your team has no hero on it, then it doesn't matter what class you use, because the class is for the hero. I remember making teams, I'm like, which class am I going to use? I'm like, oh, I'm not even using the hero, so it doesn't matter. Like, way back in the day. Na 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 na. I wonder if the pets matter if you're not using the hero. I have to check that. I think all their stats apply no matter what, but because it doesn't matter what pet you have on your shoulder, so why would it matter if your hero's in the fight? Anybody know the answer to that? I'm guessing that your pets, it does apply either way, whether you have your hero in the fight or not. That's my guess. But I've never thought about it before. Like, does your pet stats apply if your hero's not in the fight? I'm thinking they do. And my reasoning is that it doesn't matter which pet you have on your shoulder, so why would it matter if the hero's in the fight? That's how you can tell that that's true. Leave your hero all the way out of the fight, and then see if you still get pet stats. So you have 0 pets. It doesn't matter which one you have on your shoulder, because it doesn't matter even if the hero's in there or not. That's what I'm guessing anyway. I know it doesn't matter which one's on your shoulder. But what I'm saying is, what if your entire hero is not in the fight? Do your pets still apply? Because your whole stable applies if appropriate. You know, you'll have a pet that says, if you have beasts on your team, it gives us blah 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 to beasts. So it checks for beasts on your team, and you only get that stat if there's a beast on your team. You'll get more green mastery, blah, blah, blah. Well, it checks if you have green troops on your team, and then you get more mastery. Or you probably get more mastery anyway, but it only matters if you have green troops on your team, so pretty much same thing. Alright, we're about to go. Please push that like button. For some reason, mine doesn't update. It used to update live, but it still says 4 for me, and I know it's not on 4. If it's on 4, then we're slacking. But I doubt it, because it just doesn't update. There is one Magic Kingdom that takes green books. Yep. So you do that one, that's 100%. Your green kingdom is Zolkari, 100% for every single person. And it's probably the second kingdom you're going to do to 20. 99% of the time, probably. Oh yeah, we got to talk about that real fast. So you see, all my kingdoms are on 15. I practice what I preach. You won't see a singular kingdom on 16. Can I zoom in? But that also means I have lots of 20s. I got Darkstone on 20. That was the first one I did. I got Zolkari on 20. That's the second one you do. This one's purple. This one's green. The third one I did was Sword's Edge. The fourth one I did, I think, was I think it was Pride Lands, but I can never find it. There it is. Pride Lands 20. It's right next to Sword's Edge. Boom, boom. And then I got Whitehelm on 20. And I got Drifting Sands on 20. So that's what I decided. And that's one of each color. Now I'm back on purple, and the next one I'm going to do, and I could probably just start on it if I really wanted to, but I don't know. I'm like really, like this is my theory, and I really stick to it, so I'm not even doing Karakoth yet, but I could go here, and I could probably just start leveling this if I wanted to. Like get it up to 18 if I really wanted to, but just in case I get a crazy amount of a different color, you know, I don't know. But I'm only buying purple. I never change my writs into anything until it's time to do it. It's just like shards in the Soul Forge. You don't do that. Leave your shards alone. Leave them alone. Don't turn them into diamonds, because you might need them for jewels. And as soon as you turn them into diamonds, you can't turn them back. And they're still diamonds. They could still be diamonds. Same with your writs. Writs are the same thing as shards. Treat them the same way. Leave them alone until you actually need them, because you might want... If you turn your writs into purple deeds, what if all of a sudden you get a billion green and you can do Zalkari? You could have used those writs for green. But now you can't because you already did it. And if they're just sitting there and you have a giant stack of writs, you can just call them purple without actually changing them. You can change them whenever you want. So why do it? Why just do it right now? Like, you just leave them. Leave them alone. It's the same thing in the Soul Forge with shards. And I've made this mistake before. I used to turn my shards directly into diamonds. But then I realized I can do that whenever I want. I don't have to do it immediately. Because you can change shards into jewels, too. What if you need a weapon desperately? What if rope dart pops up and you don't have enough yellow or blue? Guess what? Take shards to do that right here. So you don't want to do that immediately. You never want to change your shards immediately to diamonds. You can do diamonds here. It takes 1,000 for 10. So that's 100 for every 1 diamond. So all you have to do is move your decimal 2 spots, and you could tell how many diamonds you could have. So I could have 8,676 diamonds. It's easy to see, easy peasy. You don't have to do it. You can just think about it. Move the decimal 2 spots, that's how many diamonds you got. If you're using them for diamonds. But you just leave them like that, just in case. Just in case you need jewels for weapons. So a cool weapon might pop up over here. Let's say Flesh Ripper was cool. It takes 600 yellow and 600 red to craft that. And let's say we're short. We only have 300 and 300. We could go over and do it. We can get 300 and 300. And now we can get that weapon before it's out of there. It's going to be gone. It costs 15,000 shards to do that. And then we'd also need this. That's 30,000 shards. So you want to leave those alone. You can still count them towards your diamonds. Just move the decimal 2 spots. Don't actually craft the diamonds until you're going to use them. So if Ironhawk pops up in the Soul Forge all of a sudden, that's when you would change your shards to diamonds. If you need to. Do it right before you craft a mythic. Don't ever do it any other time. The only time you should ever change your shards to diamonds is right before you're about to craft something. Otherwise, leave them alone. Leave your shards alone, please. And it's the same with writs. You got writs. You got writs right here. So we could do this right now. We could go and do this right now if we wanted to. I could change these right now. And then I wouldn't have any writs. So what if we want to do like green and all our writs are gone? We just know we have 16. You might as well just, it counts them for you even. Like I got 16. I might as well have 16 purple deeds. I can just add that to my total. I don't have to actually do it. Like I know I have 16. If I need 16 deeds of magic, I have them. But I don't have to do it right now. I'm going to keep my writs just in case. I want to do a different one. So you still have, you don't have to change them. It's not, your writs aren't going to disappear all of a sudden if you don't change them. So you just wait. You just keep your writs until you need the deed, and keep your shards until you need the diamonds. Don't change them immediately. I used to do it. So if you're out there doing it, I used to do it too. But just stop. Just stop doing that. And you'll thank me later when a rope dart pops up and you don't have the yellow jewels, and you can then get them. You can get rope dart. Or any other weapon, that's awesome. When it pops in the Soul Forge. Okay. Finger the thumb, baby. Dragor's here. Good to see you, man. He says, I've done 13 gaps so far. What is everyone's goal for the Vault weekend? I think I'm going for 300. I know that's Wienerville, but I just got 500 last time. I'm kind of going to take this Vault weekend off. I don't know, though. Sometimes I get a wild hair on Sunday and Saturday, and I just go crazy. But my bare minimum this weekend is going to be 300 Vault keys. All right, let's go. 135. That'll be 150. We'll do 150.30. Let's run this gap. No, I'm on the wrong kingdom, you dum-dum. I always do something wrong. All right, let's do this. Going as fast as possible on console. Console is the slowest. So you really got to be on your stuff. PC Mobile, they have an advantage because their loading bar is not as horrible as ours. PC Mobile is the best place to play. We got the controller. The controller makes up for a little bit of the loading, so it might even out. That loading bar is annoying. Look at that thing. Pause. I got the controller, though, so... I still think it's slower to be on PlayStation. But the controller makes up for a little bit of that loading bar, I guess. If you're on PC with a controller, then you're, like, doing the meta OP best way to do it. You have the fast loading bar and a controller. You got all your events done on Thursday. You're not doing any pets or anything else on the weekend. That's the person getting the most vault keys. And then it's loading after the fight, too. Can you... Pause. Oh, I screwed it. Loading. Pause. Loading. Pause. You see? It's like the in-between is longer than the fight. Tyrion Shark! Alright, dude. I think you got roped in. We saw your hiney hanging out of the water and we threw the hook in front of you. You got roped back in, dude. Switch is the worst. That load bar often goes around again. Amazon Fire tablet lags all the time. Yeah, I bet your phone's pretty bad too. Best way is like on a PC, like a nice gaming PC, with no loading, with a controller. Those are the people getting 1,000 vault keys probably. Center depends. Happy Saturday and Vault Weekend. Up. Let's go, baby. What kind of gnomes? We got a jewel, we got a soul, we got a mech, we got a mech. We got a vault key. We got a loading bar. It went through twice! Can you believe it? We got a treasure. We got 3 gnomes. Or souls. We got loading. We got a vault key. When it doesn't pause, it goes through twice. So it's never good. You can be like, oh yeah, it didn't pause. Then it'll go through twice. Instead. It never just goes straight through. Pause. You hope you get your accounts on Switch too and suddenly fast load times? That'd be cool. Load. Ordering some fairy dust. What we got going on tomorrow? We got the new account playthrough, y'all. We're gonna see what's up with the vault event, but mostly we're getting Rowan team. I'm gonna mess around with my very first Rowan team, most likely. I don't even have a guard medal yet. I don't even have a weapon to go with it yet. I haven't even leveled her yet. But we're gonna, like, look at it. We're gonna see, is it appropriate yet to run this? Sometimes you do have to wait a little bit. That's a mistake you can make in the game. You get a troop, and you immediately throw it on any old team that you were already using. Like, I'm not just gonna throw Rowan into the Goblin team. I'm gonna build a team around Rowan. And if it's not ready, it's not ready. I'll keep doing the Goblins. We gotta have patience. Patience is like such a thing in this game. It's crazy. I always use the example of me getting the Wild Queen on my second new account playthrough, and I never even used it. 2 loading bars. Yay. It's the game slowing me down. You're getting too many vault keys, sir. Here's some loading. Forging epic weapons. You know what they should do? During those loading bars, they should put tips. Instead of just putting random stupid stuff like reading patch notes. Like some games, like I play Dark Souls all the time. When the game is loading on Dark Souls, they put tips. And you can click through them. It'll be like, it's like infinite tips. So while it's loading, you can read tips. They'll say like, use a whatever talisman when you die to not lose your souls on the way to getting your stain or something. Hit the walls. If something looks fishy, hit the wall. It might be a secret wall. They'll give you good tips on there. They just put random stuff on their loading bar. They don't want to give you any tips. It should say, do Explore 1 during the vault event to get as many gnomes as possible. Under the loading bar. Buy the Death Knight armor as soon as possible. The pet that's on your shoulder is not the only pet that applies to your team. They could put tips under there. Don't automatically convert your shards into diamonds, because they can be also used for jewels. And you can just count them as diamonds if you want. You'd have to shorten the tips, but they never do stuff like that. Somebody was also on the forum complaining about the war bands, how they're not rotating, and they still need like one of them because they haven't rotated in forever. You've been playing this game long enough, you know that the devs like have an idea all of a sudden, like war coins and war bands, and they get all excited about it, and then they forget about it. We're going to put tarot cards in the game, and then they're going to transform. You got to collect tarot cards, and then you can make a powerful troop. Got to get this tarot card and that tarot card. And they do that occasionally, but when they first did it, they made it seem like they were going to do that like more often. Like every time they put a tarot card in the game, that's what I thought anyway. I was like, hey, these tarot cards are for like making more powerful troops. That's why they put these tarot cards in the game. And they did it for the first, like, few. And then all of a sudden, they just started putting out tarot cards and doing nothing with them. It's like one of their crazy ideas. They get all excited about it, and then they totally forget. We're gonna do troops where you get a power orb, and you get, you do power orb, 8 power orbs, it's a boss troop. We're going to start adding boss troops to the game. They did Zul'Goth. They did Enraged Kurandara. They even did the scroll, the scroll reborn and the scroll whatever. And then all of a sudden there was radio silence for months and months and months and months. And then all of a sudden they like, hey, remember that thing we used to do where we do the power orb thing and we get a boss troop? Let's put CT in the game. I thought that was going to be a thing. I thought like every month we would get a cool boss troop where you could, or every other month or every 3 months. But no, it's just whenever they feel like it. Whenever they remember, that's what they'll do it. They started hot and heavy with the Zul'Goth and the Enraged Kurandara and the Scroll Reborn and all that stuff. And then they forgot about it for like a year. And then all of a sudden here comes CT out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, remember that thing we used to do with the power orbs and the boss troop? We're going to do that again. Yeah, the only good tarot card is Empress, like out of all of them. So that's why they should be for something. If every single tarot card sucks, and they put them in like all the time, we have so many. It's because when they first started putting tarot cards in, they were actually you collect this one, and then you make a boss troop. Or whatever, not a boss troop, but any... I feel like that's what it was, right? Or a weapon or something. Like, to make Wand of Stars, you need a tarot card, right? And there was, like, some other stuff where you would use tarot cards to make the weapon or whatever it was. I just thought it would be more of a scheduled thing where they would, okay, we're putting tarot cards in because it's gonna turn into this other thing. But no, there's some that don't. They're just random tarot cards that nobody's ever gonna use. They abandon their ideas, like, too fast. They, like, forget. Now the way it is, when you're in the vault, and you're opening vault keys, and you're getting tarot cards, there's only, like, a few that you actually need to do anything with, and the rest of them are just junk, like junking up the drop table. Of course you want a copy of it, you want to fully ascend it, blah, 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 but... other than that, it's just junk you're never going to use. That's just junking up the drop table. It'd be way cooler if they all did something. And then, like, once you got them and you got the thing, like, they would stop dropping. But they never do that. That'd be just like the dragon eggs, where if you got the dragon... once you got 4 copies of the dragon, they would stop dropping that dragon. No way, Jose! They're going to make you get 50 of the same dragon. I don't know why that mechanic is already in the game with Guardians. They should have never done the Guardian thing where you get a certain amount of Guardians and they stop dropping in the guild seals. They should have never did that, because then they could have had plausible deniability about the dragons and the tarot cards and stuff. They showed us how they should do it, and then they stopped doing it that way. If you get if you... like on my new account, I'm going to keep getting finesse in the guild seals until I have a fully ascended finesse in like 4 copies, and then it'll stop dropping. It'll no longer be in the guild seals after that, right? That's how that's how it should work with the dragons and the tarot cards, but it doesn't. You just keep getting them. They're just junking up the drop tables. And then that's stupid too. Everything should be the same, not like, oh, in this place, in Guild Seal, that confuses players. They should be more consistent about their like the way things work. Yeah, Ubistet and Rope Dart are good. Shoot something with the Rope Dart and then shoot it with Ubistet. And you'll get 2 kills. Game takes patience for sure. Puzzle Quest 3 has tips too. Kingdom Soft Cap is 15, not 16, not 17, not 18. Yeah. You know me and my exaggerating. I'll say every number. Not 16, not 17, not 18, not 19. We got a Dragonite Gnome, and it's probably towards the end, but I can't remember when we're supposed to stop, so I'm just gonna go. I think it was like 54, so it might be a little too soon. Oh, I should've took the skulls! What a dummy. Anyway. No way, was that the last one? Oh, it was! I could've got... Oh, man. I wish I had remembered. It was 150-40, wasn't it? Poop. I could've got a full drop of Dragonite there. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Dragonite Gnomes. I remember you saying that yesterday, Mark, and I think... I do. I get a lot. I'm telling you, we talked about it yesterday, though. Once you have the thing, they just shower it upon you. I no longer need Dragonite, so I'm getting showered with it. And that's how they justify, like, their average. You know what I mean? You don't get enough when you need it, but then you get way too much after you don't need it. And that evens out to be an acceptable amount on average. But it's stupid because now I don't need it. Now they're going to even it out for me. Here you go. Here's a bunch of Dragonite. See? See, it's not crazy. We're not giving you Dragonite. Here you go. Here's a bunch of it. Oh, you don't need it now? Oh, oopsie poopsie. Oh, you got every mythic in the game and you don't need diamonds anymore? Here's all the diamonds. Here you go. When you needed them, you get way less than you should get, but now that you don't need them, here's a bunch of them. Here you go. That's how they average it out. That's their little sneaky way of doing things. You need Dragonite right now? It's gonna give you less than you would think you should get. It is. But then once you have Stellarix and Diamantina, you can best believe you're gonna get showered with it. It's gonna be all over the place. And then the average between you getting not enough and now you're getting way too much, it average out to be like a normal amount. So then they can say, it's not crazy. Look, on average, you're getting this much Dragonite. But before you get Stellarix and Diamantina, you're not getting as much as you should, probably. You're probably getting less than you should. Because after you get it, they're going to shower you with it and average it out. Alright, let's see how many I got, then I'll catch up in the chat. And I'm probably getting out of here pretty soon. I mean, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. My bare minimum for a stream is an hour and a half. So we're like over that. We're almost at 2 hours, and that's a solid amount of time for a stream, I feel. Alright, I got 152. If you're gonna stream, you might as well stream, you know what I mean? Like for a certain amount of time, I feel. I got 152, so I'm like halfway to 200. I mean, for today. I'm halfway there. I'll play tonight. I'll try to get to 200 at least. And then I might get a wild hair, I might not. I could just get 300 vault keys and just stay there, or maybe I get a wild hair and I decide I'm going to get 400 or 350 or something. Alright. You said Tacit started doing Puzzle Quest 3 when it first came out in his videos, but they're out of date now because of updates. Some are still relevant, though. Sana says Empress plus Queen Bee equals insane true damage. That's the truth. You can do almost any... You can do, like, Empress, Wand, Leprechaun or something, and then, like, your best damage dealer that hits all enemies. Then you just cast the Empress on the best damage dealer that hits all enemies, and then you cast it, and it does insane damage. Yep. That's another one of those teams where you could put anything in that last slot. Like, we could say Baiska's good, right? So we could put Baiska in last slot and then just put it with Empress, Wand, and Leprechaun. Well, that's how people say, like, here's an awesome... Baiska's awesome! Here you go! Look! It's doing insane damage. But Queen Beatrix, that's actually a good team. I'm not saying that's not. But I'm just saying, like, as an aside, that's a... You could put anything in that last slot and call it... Yeah. Trick or Treat, yeah, that used, like, tarot cards, right? Yoke says, that stupid devil tarot card, I went forever with 4 out of 5, then last vault weekend I get 4, yeah. And they're stinking up their drop table with all these tarot cards, and It would be nice if you got, like, once you got a certain amount of them, they would go out of the drop table. Just like Guardians, it's not, like, unprecedented. Mark says, Cindy, did you say to use Ubistet with Rope Dart? Yeah, do that. I forget the actual team, but it's Rope Dart, Ubistet, and then something, a couple other, you know, probably Leprechaun in there, probably, you know, you got your damage dealers down, so you just need mana generation after that. Rope Dart doesn't mana generate, Ubistet doesn't mana generate. They're going to do the killing, so put some mana generation in there, like Leprechaun and something else. Yeah, Sauna, Trick or Treat's not as good as, like, if you look at it. It sounds good until you really think about it. It's annoying when it's on the enemy's team. It's more of a stinky wrestler weapon. Trick and Treat's a stinky wrestler. So you don't really use it. But if you want to, like, make people mad, it inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy and grant myself all positive status effects. So it's not mana generating. Like, at least Essence of Evil blows up the board and then does all negative status effects to an enemy. I mean, it gives you an enchant. It gives you, like, 2 mana. That's it. So it's not a good offensive weapon. It's a better, like, defensive weapon. And you know me, I hate defensive stuff. It's good on a stinky old defend team for PvP if you want to make people mad. That's what it's good for. It was cool when it came out. Like, it was a cool thing during that Halloween event. And, like, I was happy to see it. It looked cool, and it's kind of a cool idea. But once you get it and you, like, you never use it, so... It's just a collection weapon you collect. It's cool to collect it. But otherwise, you're never going to use it on offense. It's like a wasted slot. You might as well have Essence of Evil instead. And it's 22 mana cost. And does it have any cool... Doesn't even have any cool, like, tempering. It's all Sweaty Wrestler tempering. 10% chance to transform the first enemy into a giant toad. That's freaking Sweaty Wrestler. Steal 2 mana from the first enemy, Sweaty Wrestler. Summon a Quasit. Summoning, that's Sweaty Wrestler. That's like Giant Spider summoning the spider 50 million times, or the hero summoning the bandit 50 million times. Everything about it is saying it's just to piss people off, and that's it. This is the, hey, you want to piss people off? Use this weapon. On defense, let the AI use it, not you. Maybe I should be a dev. I doubt it. I'm horrible at, like, technical things. I could never change anything in the game. I could give them ideas. I'd probably be a good beta tester or whatever, but they never listen to those people, so what's the point? Rope Dart Ubistet is a classic combo. Chad says I'm finding Cindy and Keytar, so guess where I'm going for verse 3s. Or 2s. I don't subscribe to that theory, but if it's working, don't stop doing it, you know? I don't think you should go to any certain kingdom to get any certain... It's all the same. That's like confirmation bias. If I all of a sudden switch to Midnight and I get a Cindy that I need, I probably would have got it if I stayed in the same place too. It's kind of like confirmation bias. But if it makes you feel better, then... The strategy that I, you know, suggest is just stay in the same kingdom that's working. It's all the same. There's no, like, weighted anything. There's no, let's go to a green kingdom to get the green verse. That's not a thing. Let's go to wherever, you know. Cindy likes to ride wolves. I heard Cindy likes dogs. Maybe she's in Valpakia. No, that's not a thing. You're better off just sticking in the same kingdom where you know it works and just keep going and just go faster and just do more. That's all you can do. Same with the boss chest trying to get the Horde Mimic. You're not going to find the Horde Mimic in Blackhawk because there's pirates there who like treasure and they have treasure boxes and the Mimic is a treasure box. Like, it's not true. It's confirmation bias and, you know, just find a kingdom that's working and keep going. Just do more. That's all you can do. It's RNG. It's supposed to be anyway. It's supposed to not matter what kingdom you're in as far as getting a certain verse. And you see, like, the results. I've gotten 500 vault keys before. I never switched kingdoms. I have 20,000 gems. I never switch kingdoms. I have every troop in the game. I never switch kingdoms. So you see, like, the proof on the screen that it does work if you just stay in the same place. If it really was a thing where you could switch to a kingdom and get a different verse, then I would not have what I have. Because I stay in the same kingdom all the time, and I never move. What is this, a chatathon? I wish. Yoke says, I looked into my crystal ball, and I see Diamantina in our near future sauna. Chad says there's 78 tarot cards in a standard deck. So they're gonna try. Are they gonna add 78 to the game eventually? But I think that's it for today, y'all. If you missed the apology earlier, like, I've been really grumpy. I wake up hating life, and it's kind of similar to when I had a toothache. And I apologize if I've been a little bit more abrasive than usual. There's always going to be some. Remember, I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin flipping you off in the crowd, and you're supposed to flip me off back. Like, that's what we do here. But I've also been a little bit, like, on a 9 or a 10 out of grumpiness instead of, like, a 7 or a 6. So, apology where I don't apologize normally. I'm given one, and I hope you accept it if you feel a type of way. And I'm just trying to move. We got it. It's happening. It's not happening, but it's very close. I'm going Monday. We're seeing something Monday. We're filling out an application Monday. We like the place. I already talked to the lady. Like, it's about as close as it's ever been to me moving. So as soon as I get out of this literal shithole, I will not be Oscar the Grouch in the trash can. He's probably grumpy because he lives in a trash can, right? Well, same thing for me. And it'll get better, I promise, if you just stick around and bear with me, please. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, consider joining. And it'll still be fun. Like, once I'm happy, we still have fun. Like, I still rant and rave, and it's just a little more, like, less condescending, I guess. I guess I get condescending when I'm grumpy. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you, Juan, for the 16 months of continued support. Appreciate it. You're a legend. Oh, yeah. But we had Juan, we had Sana, we had Mark, we had Ivy, we had Chad with the 2, slam dunking it. Yoke the Ham was here. DC United, always nice to see you, brother. That automatically makes me like a 0.5% happier just to see DC United. Dragor, Yoke the Ham, Sana, Chad with the 2. We got DC, we got Dragor, we got Tyrion Shark. Good to see Tyrion Shark. Russet Fox, good to see everybody, I'm just... Can't... Sucks when you start saying people's names, because you might as well say them all. Yoke the Ham, like I'm doing. Ivy, Mark with the 2, thank you so much, bro. You're a legend, help so much. You guys don't even know. JM Ricks, Yoke the Ham, Anita, DC. Anita with the gifted, such a legend. Yoke, DC, Mike D was here. What's that picture he's got going on? I have to click on that one day. Sometimes it's hard to see your avatars. Like, Mark, is that you there? What you got there? It's hard to see for me. We got Ivy. We got Russet Fox. DC, Tony Trivoli was here today. Mark, Mike, Ivy, Yoke, Sana, DC, Chad, Gemma. I'm gonna thumbs up DC's 5. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you. We got Mike. We got Gemma. Is Gemma somebody's alternate account? Because I did Gemma Jameson, but it's still a cool name either way. Agul in comments. It's hard to say your name, sorry. I probably suck at it. We got Mike. We got Sana. We got RE with the gifted. It went to somebody just named Q. But I appreciate it. We got Grumpy Fund from Russet Fox. It's your first one. Oh, yeah. Pop that cherry. Chad with the two with the two. Now I gotta say it like that. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Chad. Chad with the two with the two. Porters was here today. And once again, it won't let me go back any further. So on my screen, it says Sana, then Gemma, then Mike. And it probably wasn't that, but hey. Let's do the fan funding. Let's give them their third shout out because they deserve it. Chad with the two, Russet Fox with the 2, RE with the gifted, DC with the 5, Anita with the gifted, Mark with the 2, and then Juan with the 1. I see that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. That's your 10th super, dude. Crazy. You're a legend. And I lost my chat. I think I closed it. Oh, there it is. I'm going to go back to the bottom just in case. Maybe you said something. And it's still gone. Where'd it go? Anyway, I see it. Wait, do I? Yes. Okay. Okay. Hating life is just normal, says Ivy. Mark says, when is Apple Juice stream? It is going to be the last weekend of the month, which is what? Today's the 15th. Ooh, is it next weekend? No, must be the weekend after that. So not next weekend, but the weekend after that, because that'll be like the 29th-ish. Today's the 15th, next Saturday's the 22nd, the Saturday after that's the 29th, so it's either going to be Friday night or Saturday night. I'll have you guys vote on it or something, which night you want. But it'll be that weekend, the weekend of the 29th. I always do the last weekend, because I don't want it to be like, we did the chat-a-thon on the last weekend, Apple Juice stream last weekend, chat-a-thon last weekend. I don't want to like make it any closer together because it just feels wrong. We're already doing more than we usually do. I don't want to like bunch them together. DC says, always a fun time had with you, Sinnycool, and all you Sinners, choir members, and lurkers too. Appreciate you all, and happy house hunting, Sinny man. Get those gnomes, fellow Jimmies. Yeah, just need luck right now. We got the place. We got to make it happen, man. They got to just say yes. Chat with the 2 says, take care, everybody, and thanks, Cindy. Spank that like button on the way out, please. Take care, Russet Fox. Stay safe, Sana. Stay dangerous, Sana. Stay dangerous. Stay safe, but stay dangerous. Mike has the don't go that way worm from Labyrinth as his avatar. Oh, okay. I'll have to look at it closer. But yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for the new account playthrough. We'll see, are we going to do the vault event or are we not? I'm leaning towards no, but we're going to see. We'll try. Are we going to run the Rowan team or are we not? I'm leaning towards yes, but we'll see. Otherwise, we're just going to be questing, maybe do a world quest, etc. And then once we get to Thursday, the next new account playthrough, I'm going to see if I can join Sana's guild finally. I just wanted to give it a nice little period of time in a random guild so people can see how it would be if you had to join a random guild. I don't want anybody able to say anything like, yeah, but you joined whoever's guild as soon as you... No, you're not allowed to say anything because I'm free to play and I joined a random guild and yada, yada, yada. I want everybody to be like, we keep it above board and like, no excuses here. And show you that you can do it too, type of thing. So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the new account playthrough around 9:30 a.m. EST. After that, Monday, here's news for you that I haven't said yet. We have the thing we got to go do on Monday, so I may not be live streaming on Monday. And if I do, it'll probably be like noon. And maybe I'll just do a short little team video in the morning instead. We'll see. So, Monday's up in the air right now. It's either going to be a late live stream or a short video in the morning. And then we'll just stream on Tuesday. So, if you stuck around, you got to hear that news. But, yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a great day. You're the best. I apologize. Please forgive me for being grumpy. Peace out.